What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Burnout Bobby channel. Today is day 3 for the Vento drag scooter build series. If you go back to the first video, you'll see where I go over my plans for the scooter. And right now, I'm slowly getting to it. I've adjusted the rear suspension. I put the solid struts. If you saw the last video, I ran into a little bit of problem with it where it was way too low, but now I have a couple new solutions, and I'll go over that and show you what I'm going to do with that. Now with it being lower, I'm going to have to adjust the kickstand because the bike's sitting straight up. So today the two things I'm going to do is I'm going to take the kickstand off the bike, and then I'm also going to get the motor ready for removing it off the bike and then leave the bike on essentially a jack stand. After that, the next video, I'm going to be changing up the handlebars. I'm going to be getting rid of the whole console with the speedo and tack and all of that. I'm going to get rid of that and putting the basically like a straight bar on it, kind of like the drag bar that we have at the shop. But with these triple trees, it's not like your typical ruckus triple tree where, say, our TRS billet stem neck will fit right on. With these ones, I'm going to have to put a shim on it and then like a BMX stem so it can hold the 7/8 handlebar, which I don't like necessarily because it's not the safest. So I don't know, I'm gonna see how it feels, because if this bike's gonna be doing 80, 90 miles per hour, I don't want it relying on a Coke bottle shim. I don't like that, and it's not quality, you know what I'm saying? So we'll go over right now. I'll show you what I've done and what's getting done today for this video. So if you remember in my last video, the gas tank was too low and it was actually hitting the fender and sitting on the tire because of the strut. It stopped right here. I was able to find some strut adapters, so that screwed into the original piece, and then this one right here threads down to the motor itself. Essentially what I think I'm going to do is I'm getting rid of the gas tank and I'm putting a small half-gallon fuel cell in there. So this is going to be gone, which means this bracket will be gone, which will essentially bring the bike a little lower. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the original solid strut that I had here, and I'm going to weld a different base piece on it and then eliminate this middle bracket that I got. I only got these for like, I don't know, $20, the middle bracket, so it doesn't really matter if it's gone. I want it to be just one solid piece. So I'm gonna take off this bracket, use the original factory shock that had on that bracket. It's a little bit taller, probably about that much, and then have them threaded on like this with the nut welded to the bracket and then run it there. So the bike's gonna be sitting low, and then I won't have to worry about this gas tank right here hitting the fender or the wheel. So for today, what we're doing is I'm gonna be cutting down this kickstand. Right now the bike is sitting straight up, which I don't want because it's gonna be an issue. So I'm gonna take the cutoff wheel and I'm gonna take this tab off, which is usually what you use to push it down, and then I'm going to probably cut it in between where the two existing welds were for this tab, and cut it right there, and that should bring it down enough to give it a lean. And after that, we'll start bolting all the stuff on the motor and getting all this out, because I will not be using this 150 anymore. Decided to get rid of all that, and once that's all done, then we're going to go ahead and take all the plastics off. I'm going to give this thing a full power wash, clean down, and then get it ready for reassemble once the motor's done and ready to get put in. Let's go. Alright, that was pretty easy, and then I got some help from the old lady. So with the cutoff wheel, I was able to cut the little bracket off here, kickdown bracket, and then also exactly where I needed to for the kickstand. And I was actually able to get it at a really clean angle, so it's going to rest well on that. And I'll show you right there. you can see is good. Now the bike has that lean that I'm looking for. So with that, with that, now I can move on to the next point, which is getting the electrical done, making sure the gas tank's plugged up. I'll probably yank that the next video, but I'm gonna get all the engine stuff ready to drop the motor or get the motor out for today, and then go from there. Hey, if there's any parts that y'all want here, like the stock 24mm carb or like the used starter or something, I know it's not much, but if there's anybody looking for some OEM GY6 stuff, let me know so I don't throw it out. And I don't know, you just pay for shipping, it'll be free. It's up to you. I have some things, like I think this manifold has got a leak for sure in it, but the carb, starter, little things like that, if you're interested in it, just let me know. And like I said, we're $7 for shipping or whatever it is for a flat rate, and we'll get you going. Right now I'm just gonna take off this ridiculous snorkel looking intake hose. Look at this friggin' thing. Looks like you take it mudded and it'll be like a snorkel for a Jeep. Fuelist height. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and start unbuttoning all this. I'll go ahead and put you in a time lapse so I'm not wasting your time. Okay, well, I went on ahead and bent that bracket like I said I would to get the brake cable out, and then I also gave it a full send and decided to give her a cut right there, yeah, because even with that out of there, you still have to get it through that tab, and I drew a brain fart and forgot all about that. So now that's done, I just went ahead and give it a little ripperoo, got that cut off. Everything is unplugged now in here. I think what I'm gonna do, because I don't want this bike to fall over, granted I'm not keeping the plastics, is I'm gonna see if one of these days maybe Felix or Kev can stop by, and then I'll unbolt the motor, slide it out, and then they can hold up the chassis for me, and then we'll just throw a jack stand underneath it. I don't want to try to attempt it by myself. So for tonight, that'll be all. Like I said, I was able to get the carb done, cut the kickstand down, and take off all the accessories and all the electronics. Let me know if you're liking these videos. People are telling me to get more videos out, even if it's just small content, because otherwise this would have been something I was gonna do without filming it, you know. And some people like seeing this stuff where you're just turning the wrenches on the bike and getting stuff unplugged and cutting it down. Like I said, next step is going to be to pull the motor, and then after that I'm going to take all the plastics off, and then the handlebars, change that up for the next couple videos. I have lots of little things to do, so these next videos are going to be all a bunch of small stuff until I eventually get the motor in. Once I get the motor, then I can start putting everything together. I can do the fuel cell, get that all set up, and then I can get the nitrous and get the nitrous kit all plumbed up and ready, and probably some good tires, and make sure the brakes, everything's all good to go before I can go ahead and get it going. I don't care if the plastics are still these chipped up and scratched ones before I get the motor running and take it out for some spins. Before I start actually like taking it to the track, I do want it to look clean. So if I can get the all gloss black plastics for it on there for that, that'd be cool. Other than that, I hope you guys all had a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. And if I don't put out a new video before New Year's, I hope you all have a Happy New Year and the best of luck for 2019 for you guys. So be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And you know what? Scratch that. Let's pull this damn motor. Ooh, boy. I was about to call it a day. I was like, you know what? Forget this. Let's tear this thing down, you know? So now it is motorless. So it's even slower than it was. So now I have all this room for activities. 232 cc's of activities. I got the old 150 out right here. Boy. I'm gonna have to take the swing arm off. I'm sorry, this axle extension right here. I'm gonna have to take this off. Exhaust is getting tossed out. The motor, I don't know what I'm gonna do. If there's someone locally that wants it, you know what? I think I'll give it to, I got someone in mind actually. I'll just give it to them. And go from there. I'm gonna take the stator off because I need that for the new motor. So I might as well take these shocks off, the struts, and get these fixed to how I want them to be. So this way I'm good to go. I'm excited. I just caught a second wind. I feel like I need to keep tearing stuff apart, but I'm going to call it a night. Now I'm officially going to call it a night. So like I said before, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And stay tuned for the next video. I guess next I'll pull the gas tank and the plastics and do the handlebars since I've already just yanked the motor out. Alright. Thanks again, guys.